called GBT something. I met him recently in Kuala Lumpur. They were there. Installing some deities. So, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
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 Narayanam Namaskrityam Naram Cheva Narottamam Devim Sarasvatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudiraye Nastapreshu Abhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhakti Bhavate Neshtiki. So reading Srimad Bhagavatam, Maharaj Parikshit passed away. The passing of Parikshit. That is 12, 6, 9 and 10. 2 verses there. Really the just before we read that actually Parikshit Maharaj, he asked Shukadev Goswami that now he has understood all the things that he said, I have achieved now the purpose of my life because a great and merciful soul like you has shown such a kindness to me since you have spoken to me this narration of the Supreme Lord, who has no beginning or end, when I directly saw, because Parikshit he saw Krishna who came to save him, when he was in the womb of Uttara, his mother, because Ashwatthama sent the Ashtra, to kill him, but the Lord saved him like that. So he said that in that way, he has no fear anymore for this snake, Takshaka, who is going to come and poison him, to kill him. And the poison is so strong that body will take fire. So strong like that. But he said, what I'm fear of is to entering the impersonal Brahman. Yeah. That was his fear. So I want to understand, to go there. So actually, Shukadev Goswami, just before that, is interesting all this stuff. That before he lived, so he has delivered the 10th canto, all the story of Krishna, then 11th canto, all the teaching of especially Krishna to Uddhava, Uddhava Gita. And now on the 12th canto, he has described the age of Kali and what will happen and everything. And then at the end, he's giving even more knowledge, who could be little more, could be understood as impersonal. Because actually when Shukadev Goswami is speaking, so many sages are there. And some have these impersonal things. So he put again a little bit to check it out. If people have understood or not. They are not understood, they thought that, all this Harikatha is just a part of the Maya and everything, just, it's a process to go to the impersonal. Like impersonalists also, they have sometimes deities or pictures, but it's just a process to go to the impersonal Brahman. So there Shukadev Goswami give some little knowledge like that, He go back to, after all this nectar he has given, then he gave. Why? Because he wants to check how is Parikshit Maharaj himself, if he understood, and he has perfected his bhakti complete, pure, like that. Mm. So that so there, Vishwa Chakravarti Thakur, he said that so Parikshit, he wondered, why you teach me then all this stuff, Brahman, we're gone with all that, Though he was a little angry, So even, you may be self-realized, but anger can be there if it disturbs your connection with Krishna. Like Hanuman becomes so angry, because they took Sita and everything. So he said that by that Shukadev, who was testing the firmness of his bhakti, became happy. Similarly, at the beginning of the rasa dance, the gopi, having disobeyed the order of their elders, become angry with Krishna and rebuke him by this indirect expression. The commentator on Kavya Prakash give that meaning. To take another meaning on the present verse, I entered the Brahman that destroy all fear is not held by the devotee. Okay. Okay. So, there's different meaning Shukadev is giving in one way. He says, so Shukadev said, don't have fear. Brahman, Parikshit is no more fear. He said, no problem. So he said, please give me the permission to resign my speech to Adokshaja, absorb my mind, purify of desire and impression, permit me to give up my life. So Shukadev said that he gave his permission to Parikshit. Then, after being worshipped by the king and all great sages, Shukadev departed that place, left. He has done his job until now, finished. Means that Shukadev is not speaking anymore. Gone. So now there will be all what comes up after. Then will be Vyasadeva, Sutta Goswami, go back, because Sutta Goswami is speaking also what he has heard from Shukadev Goswami. And that. So 9 and 10. Parikshitapi rajarshi atmanyat manam atmana samadhyaya param dadyad aspamdasur yata taru prakure barishi asino ganga kula udan mukha brahma bhuto mahayogi nishangas china sangsaya. The saintly king Parikshit then sat down on a bank of the Ganges upon a seat made of dharma grass, with the tips of its stalks facing east, and turned himself toward the north. Having attained the perfection of yoga, having freed himself of all material association, have cast off all doubt, merging his life hairs within, concentrating intently, situated in the spiritual realm, he placed Krishna in his mind by his intelligence. Commentary. He said he became as stationary as a tree. By his intelligence, Atmana, he concentrated acutely Param on Krishna, Atmanam, in his mind, Atmani, and merged his life airs within, while sitting on Kusha with tip facing east and surpassing the three gunas, Brahma Bhuta. Brahma here means spiritual substance. Parikshit becomes situated in a spiritual sky. It is said, Tasammadye Shakshat Brahma Gopala Puri. Among the places, the abode of Krishna is directly Brahman, from the Gopal Tapani Upanishad. Then text 11. Takshaka paito vipra krudena dvijasa nuna. Hantu kamo nripam gachan dadarsha patikashyapam. O learned Brahmana. No, that is Sutta Goswami now speaking. Learned Brahmanas. When the snake bird Takshaka, who had been sent by the angry son of a Brahmana, was going toward the king to kill him, he saw Kashyapa Muni on the path. Kashyapa Muni is actually the one who has all the mantras to control all the snake and everything, because he's the master of the snake, which is one of his wife, like that. So commentary. Since Parikshit was situated in a spiritual world, the attack of Takshata was a useless action. Means that Parikshit has left already the body. He has left his body finished. This is expressed in 3 verses. Tan tarpayitva dravinair nirvatya vishaalinam dvijarupa pratichana kamarupa dasam nripam. Takshaka flattered Kashyapa by presenting him with valuable offerings and thereby stopped the sage, who was expert in counteracting poison, from protecting Maharaj Parikshit. Then the snake bird, who could assume any form he wished, disguised himself as a Brahmana and bite the king. I like it. Takshaka is a very powerful. He's from the same family of Vashuki and so on. Ananta, very, very powerful. And they can change form, anything. He's a funny because according to different Puranas, Puranas in the Sattvagun or Rajagun or Tamagun, then it is mentioned that Takshaka is taking different form. They don't say the same form. Here, because he's Sattvic, they say form the Brahmana he took. In Rajas, in Tamasic, they say that they hide actually Parikshit Maharaj in a kind of tower with locked doors and everything that nobody can enter. And he will not eat nothing. So they said that some servant, they wanted to bring an apple for him. So Takshata become like a worm in the apple to enter. And when he entered, then he come and like that. So many different ways of interpreting, according to different people like that. So here, actually, let's say, Kashyapa had come to gather material for a remedy to protect Parikshit from the poison. His ability to counteract poison has been demonstrated earlier by his growing a banyan tree step by step from a sprout when it was turned to ashes by the poison of Takshaka. Takshaka satisfied him by giving him objects he lacked and stopped him from going to Parikshit. Takshaka disguised himself as a Brahmana and bite Parikshit. So actually, we could say, well, Kashyapa is, in Brahmin and everything, but you get bribe. Bribe is very old system. Still going on like anything. But we say, how you can take bribe? Such a person. Actually, he knew Parikshit, he has gone already. So the guy is giving, he said, okay, give. Do your business. It's a trick. Takshaka, he didn't know. He said, no, I will finish because of the Brahman curse. So but he could curse only the body. He could not curse the soul. That's the point. Sometimes some people, they curse you, You may get some problem like that. It's like Bhakti Thakur, when he was in Jagannath Puri. He has to face a bogus yogi who was he was powerful yogi. He has mystic power, but he was passing himself as Mahavishnu, you know, and having lila with all the wife of so many people, you know, married ladies, you know. So they have to stop that. So the English, they say, do something, Bhaktivinoda Thakur. Bhaktivinoda Thakur, come in, he took him, put him in jail, finish. You know, so the guy, you know, wow, you know, Bhaktivinoda Thakur, very powerful. But the guy cursed Bhaktivinoda Thakur and his family like that. And for some time they get some sickness, so Bhaktivinoda Thakur is, oh, who's coming from that stuff? You know, they got sick, you know. Children, wife, himself were sick. So that guy was. So he went to the jail and shaved all his hair, finish. For some they have power. So clean him up, shave him up, you know. Then after 1 or 2 weeks he passed away. That yogi. Also offense. But so we can be affected by so many different things. But the soul is not affected. You know, for somebody who is realized, body is just a vehicle. You know, it's just a vehicle. I have the experience with Bhakti Pramod Puri Maharaj. You met Bhakti Pramod Puri Maharaj? No, you didn't meet. Last time he came to Radhakund, so I was there. So I heard that he's coming, he arrived. So with another devotee, Manini Swami, actually. We went there. And Manini Swami has some question like that. I don't speak about that because it's not the subject. But I went to his feet. I don't know if it was Bodhayan Maharaj at that time, who was a servant, I don't remember. So I asked, I could have asked him, but I said I can, because he was lying a little bit like this, you know, on the bed, like often he's like this. So can I go to the feet and do massage? He said, go. So I went there for 1 hour massaging the feet. But what I could feel, that it was like a coconut, you know, separated. You know, when it's dry, the inside is separated. I could feel that it's, you know, he is, you know, different than from the body. Mm-hmm. It was like something, you know, that the feeling was there. You know, I could feel that, wow, you know, it's the outside, but the inside is different, you know. Right? Could really feel that vibration or whatever like that. Wow. So 6:13. Brahma Bhutasya Rajarsher Deho I Garam Lagnina. Easy to read on that. Babuva Basma Sat Sadhya Pasyatam Sarvadehinam. While living beings all over the universe looked on, the body of the saint among kings, who was situated with the Lord, was immediately burned to ashes by the fire of the snake poison. So, commentary, the burning of his body was like the last rites performed by his son. Very good. So he has actually, he burned the body, so that was the Antyeshti Kriya, the last rites, you know, finish. So that was good. There's no commentary on this. Then, then 14. Aha karo mahan asid bhuvike dikshu sarvata vishmita yabavan sarve devasura naradaya. There arose a terrible cry of lamentation in all directions on the earth, and in the heavens, and all the demigods, demons, human beings, and other creatures were astonished. Check if the same translation. And if there's any purport. No, same. Deva Dundubayo Nedur Gandharva Pa Psaraso Jagu Vavrishu Pushpavarshani Vibuddha Sadhuvadina. Kettle drums sounded in the regions of the demigods, and the celestial Gandharvas and Apsaras sang. The demigods showered flowers and spoke words of praise. Okay, no translation. Here there is a little. Although lamenting at first, all learned persons, including the demigods, soon realized that a great soul had gone back home, back to Godhead. This was certainly a cause for celebration. Like the Vedanta Sutra also is mentioning like that in some padas, that when the yogi leaves his body, then he goes to different, sphere of the universe. Going through the first sun, then moon, then Milky Way, and like that, and he's accompanied by also many people like that. And they celebrate him, because he gets relief from this material world. So it's not easy task. They're so glorified, one who can get freedom from this material world is glorified like anything. Wow, could make it, not easy.
Party for him.
Yeah. Easy to come in, but to come out, not easy. So, text 16. Janmejaya swapitaram shrutva takshakya bakshitam yata juava sankrudo Naga Satre Sahad Vijay. Hearing that his father has been fatally beaten by the snake bird, Janamejaya became extremely angry, and that Brahmanas performed a mighty sacrifice in which he offered all the snake in the world into the sacrificial fire. And that was the
cover.
Takshaka with here is Kashyapa Muni, who goes with his donation. So Janamejaya became his son, and he made a big fire to finish off all the snakes. Commentary: I will make the world devoid of all snake. Saying this, in anger, he, along with Brahmana, performed the sacrifice. Text 17. Sarpa satre samidagno dhayamanam oragan dishvandram bhayasam vignas takshaka saranam yayo. When Takshaka saw even the most powerful serpent being burned in the blazing fire of that snake sacrifice, he was overwhelmed with fear and approached Lord Indra for shelter. He is a good friend of Lord Indra. Once, that was the story of Krishna and Arjuna. In Dwarka, they were in the forest like this. And at one point, Agni came to them. Agni said, I eat so much stuff everywhere. I have an indigestion. So this forest is all the herbs and trees are very good for relieve me. So can you help me? Because there reside Takshaka. snake. And he's a good friend of Indra. So every time I try to burn, then Indra pour so much water, impossible. So can you help me? So Arjuna and Krishna say, yeah, we will help you. Then Arjuna started shooting, some arrows who are burning even water cannon stuff. So Takshaka has to get out very quick. And there was also the, what was his name?
Maidana.
Huh?
Maidanava.
Mahadana, yeah, who came and take shelter. Say, stop that, and stop the fire, because please give me shelter like that. So they gave him shelter. And then Mayadanava then gave some gift also to Arjuna like that, But in that way, Agni could eat that forest, small patch like that, but he needed. And Takshaka has to take shelter of Indra because he's a good friend, like that. So the same way, he went back to Indra, take shelter, because he's the king of the Devatas. And Takshaka also is not ordinary person, a snake. He got also some how you call Amrit. So you cannot kill him, actually. So, 18. Apasyam takshakam tatra raja parikshito dvijam uvacha takshaka kasman na doye toragat dhama. When King Janamejaya did not see Takshaka entering his sacrificial fire, he said to the Brahmanas, why is not Takshaka, the lowest of all serpents, burned in this fire? So 8:19, the answer. Tam gopayati rajendra shakrasaranam agatam tena sanktam vita sarpas tasman nagno patatyaso. The Brahmana replied, O best of king, the snake Takshaka has not fallen into the fire because he is being protected by Indra, whom he has approached for shelter. Indra is holding him back from the fire. Same purpose. 20. Parikshita iti shrudva pra'artvijja udaradhi sahendras lakshako vipra nagno kim iti patyate. The intelligent king Janamejaya, hearing these words, replied to the priest, then, my dear Brahmanas, why not make Takshaka fall into the fire, along with his protector Indra? Janamejaya, so powerful. Sometimes the king, at that time, on the earth, they were very powerful also. Many times even demigods, they called kings of this earth to come and fight the demons with them. So many times it happens. So many times. I try to remember the name of this king. That king fought so much with them. And at one point, I have it there, but I cannot go out. At one point he asked, so they say, oh, you fought so much, nicely for us, so we want to reward you, what do you want? He said, how long time I have to my life is still to go on. You remember this name of the king? It's in the Srimad Bhagavatam somewhere. And the demigods, they look, they say, oh, a few moments. only. So he went back to the earth and take meditation and fix his mind on the lotus feet of the Lord. You remember the
Virocham? No.
famous story of this? Anyhow, maybe it comes back. So, 21. Tat Shudva Juhuvur Vipra Sahendram Takshakam Make Takshakasu Patasveha Sahendrena Marudvata. Hearing this, the priest then chanted this mantra for offering Takshaka together with Indra as an oblation into the sacrificial fire. Brahmana was powerful also. Wow, at that time. That was still Dwapara Yuga. Oh, Takshaka, fall immediately into this fire together with Indra and his entire host of demigods. Wow, my God. So what is this? Takshasu patasveha sahendrena marudvada. That's what he said. O Takshaka, fall immediately into this fire, together with Indra and his entire host of demigods. No purport. 22. Iti Brahmo ditakshepai stanat Indra pracharito babhuva sambramtamati savimano satakshako. When Lord Indra, along with his airplane and Takshaka, was suddenly thrown from his position by these insulting words of the Brahmanas, he became very disturbed. Commentary. O Indra, you are proud, thinking, I'm the king of the Devatas. I will make you fall along with the Devatas. That's the commentary. Amarakosha say, Marut means wind and Devata. So when Indra, along with his airplane and Takshaka, was suddenly thrown from his position, then he became very disturbed. His mind became disturbed, thinking, today my life has ended. 23. Tam patam tam bimanena saha lakshakam ambarat virukshyangi rasapraho rajanam tam brihaspati. Brihaspati, the son of Angiramuni, seeing Indra falling from the sky in his airplane, along with Takshaka, approached immediately King Janamejaya, and spoke to him as follows. Hmm. 24. Nesha tvaya manushyendra vadhamarati sarparat anena pitam amritam atava ajara mara. O king among men, it is not fitting that this king of snakes meet death at your hands, for he has drunk the nectar of immortal demigods. Consequently, he is not subject to the ordinary symptom of old age and death. Commentary. You are king of the humans. You should not kill Indra, the king of the Devatas, who remains with the snake. Having drunk nectar, he is certainly immortal and ageless. 25. Jivitam maranam jantur gatis veneiva karmana rajam stato nyonastyasyo pradata sukha dukkayo the life and death of an embodied soul and his destination in the next life are all caused by himself through his own activity. Therefore, king, no other agent is actually responsible for creating one's happiness and distress. Report here. Although King Parikshit apparently died by the bite of Takshaka, it was Lord Krishna himself who brought the king back to the kingdom of God. Brihaspati wanted young King Janamejaya to see things from the spiritual point of view. He said, he just actually burned the body, no problem. Actually, he did good seva. It was written before, last rituals. So, don't bother, Yeah. Means cool your anger. He's a king. King are becoming very tempered. So, commentary of Vishwa Chakravarti Thakur. And we will, how it goes that chapter. Oh, it's long, so I will stop there. Reading this commentary of Vishwanath from the 25th verse of the 6th chapter. Commentary. Hear the philosophy of what you are doing out of grief for your father. The action of the living entity causes destination, such as Swarga on dying. This is the normal arrangement for low living entities. But your father living, dying, and attaining the Supreme Lord's abode were by the Lord's arrangement. The Lord protected him by his own hand from the weapon of Ashwatthama, and also arranged for him to die by the curse of a sage. All was managed by Krishna, actually. The Lord arranged for your father to attain his spiritual abode by the teachings given by his beloved Shukadev. All these events were arranged by the Lord. Takshaka is the cause of his death in name only. Name only. So many arrangements for the Lord sometimes. When you want the devotee goes back fast, then he does that. That's why many spiritual masters at one point, they're good health, then next day they are sick like anything, and they will go. Someone another. Krishna arranged all this stuff. Many examples are like this. Krishna wants, cannot do anything. Even the guru sometimes want to go. Bhakti Siddhanta does that. Say, no, I've done my job. I'm going to finish. Yeah. Narayana Maharaj was saying, he put his lila of sickness, then at Kartik time, everybody was thinking that he's going to live also on the disappearance day of Vaman Maharaj and Trivikram Maharaj. Because Vaman Maharaj disappeared on the same day of the disappearance of Trivikram Maharaj. Because they thought Trivikram Maharaj never took any disciple. So I was the Acharya, so I will live on the same day. Like that, they will remember me and my god brother. Because they were so tight, these three. Then everybody thought that Maharaj was going to do the same. And he was going to do the same. So everybody was in anxiety. So the Guru is uplifting, devotion from his disciple. Like that. So everybody was praying and chanting, and it was very, very intense. This last 2010 Parikrama, Vrindavan Parikrama, Rashmanda Parikrama. Then finally he said, okay, I will stay a little more. So he said, so I invite everybody to come to Gorpornim next year. So like this, everybody was happy, you know. But some 2 months later is the anniversary Vyasa Puja of Srila Vaman Maharaj. Appearance day. And he left on that day. That's it. You know. Because he was super, he wanted to go. Go back to his, to do seva to his spiritual master in his Manjari Bhav, Manjari form, like that. So that's it, our devotees cannot control. Jai, Vanchakalpa, Terubhyascha, Kripa Sindhu Bhevacha, Patitanam Bhavanebhyo Vaishnavyo.
Bhagavatam ki.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Guru Hari Bo, Hari Bo, Hari Bo, Guru Hari Bo.